Hi, I'm Elizabeth Smith, Director of Boutiques with Oliver Smith Jeweler. This is Mr. George Reid, and today we're going back to basics. We're going to talk about what is a pre-owned watch and give you some tips to keep in mind when shopping for a pre-owned timepiece. But first, we'll do our wrist check.
Oh, yeah.
George, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I actually have a new one on today. This is a Parmigiani
Love this watch.
Tonda. And the reason I picked this one is it is really indicative of Michel Parmigiani's first look. This is one of the first watches he put out, and he's just gently changed it over the years. But you have a rose turn dial with a hand-done coin edge bezel and a completely hand-finished automatic movement on an Hermes strap. I mean, you can't ask for more in a watch. It's just an absolutely fantastic piece.
And I find those watches really comfortable as well.
Yeah, the strap is great. The size is perfect. It just wears really, really well.
All right, and I'm wearing my Panerai Pam 1043. This is part of the Duet collection. It's a thinner dress model. It's a 38 millimeter, which is a smaller size for me. I don't know, it's just really comfortable lately. Also the strap, I actually posted on my Instagram the other week asking for feedback between a red strap and a white strap. 80% of the people chose white, but I still chose red. I think it's just really fun in person. And
I like the choice. No,
yeah,
I think it looks great on the watch.
Who knows? So we'll maybe do white in a couple months.
Absolutely.
But, yeah. So pre-owned watches. George, maybe get us started. You know, what is a pre-owned watch?
Well, first I want to start with a few misconceptions out there. There's a lot of websites that deal with secondary market timepieces, and a lot of verbiage gets thrown around. Just to be clear, if you're not buying directly from the manufacturer or from an authorized dealer, it's a used watch. Pretty it up, call it secondary market, call it whatever you want, but I find myself perusing these sites a lot, and I'll see them saying, this is a new watch, and in fact it's not. Not calling them a liar, but I think it's a little bit of a misrepresentation.
Misleading.
It's absolutely misleading for sure. I'll even take like new in box. It's not a term I use very often, but I think that's maybe a little bit more accurate. Right. Mint is fine. If it's something that really is unworn, that's great. But I think right off the bat, a lot of companies maybe turn up the description a little bit too much, maybe make it a little bit misleading.
Right. And what's the difference between estate and pre-owned, or is there a difference?
Not really. It's more of a verbiage thing, but I do acquire secondary market watches from several different sources. Sometimes it is Grandpa passed away and he was a collector, and then somebody will call and ask me for advice, and occasionally I'll get to buy it. But most of what we do here, I would say, would be trade-in. Somebody wants that next level, that top tier piece, and they'll bring me in 3 or 4 pieces in a way that we can take them in trade and kind of make them feel a little bit better about the amount they pay for these incredibly expensive timepieces.
Yeah, and that's the fun of it. I think getting something new, using something you already have to get you to that.
Well, and I think as a collector, what's an interesting conversation as well is trying to decide what you're willing to give up for that next piece. I think that's a hard conversation.
A lot of struggle in there,
Yep.
A lot of debating. So there's a couple things we recommend looking out for when purchasing a pre-owned timepiece.
I think first and foremost, the timepiece is one thing, but you're really buying the seller. And I think you need to spend just as much time on who's selling you the watch as what you're buying. Vet your seller. You have a place like us, we're authorized dealers for many high-end brands. We've also been doing it for 40 years, but you want a Yelp review. You want to, make sure you read the fine print. A lot of these online companies will give you a warranty. Read the fine print. The warranty simply states that they're going to try to fix it to the best of their ability, and that usually means they're going to hand it to some guy in back, and he's just going to polish your watch and lubricate your movement and send it on down the line. Now, they're not going back to manufacturer. You're not having the real watchmakers work on your watch. So it's something to be a little careful of.
Exactly. Yep. So I think vetting who you're buying from, if you can't get a hold of them or you can't find out any information about them, that's usually a bad sign. And like we always say, if a deal seems too good to be true, it likely is.
And walk away. Your watch will pop up in a way that you're going to feel very, very comfortable getting it. Give yourself time. It doesn't have to happen today.
Yeah, that's great advice if you can be patient enough.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, we hope this gives you a better idea of what to look for when buying your pre-owned timepiece. Make sure to follow us along and leave us a comment if you have any questions.
Yeah, if you have questions, guys, we're the ones who answer. So feel free to reach out to us. We're happy to help.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.